you're doing, Plus Lifers? I'm back with my part two to my healing journey. Part two to my healing journey is learning to deal with yourself while you're healing. You be so mad at yourself for things that you accepted, for things that you did, and for things that who you were in a previous relationship. Those are not the things to feel bad about. That you was a loving person, that you were a giving person, that you were a kind person. That's not for you to feel bad about. And then, the things that we accept be the things that we regret. Because when you're accepting those things, you know it doesn't feel right. If something doesn't feel right, it's not right. So I'm making this healing part two, my healing journey part two, because people really need to understand that when you are in healing, people thinking they're healed and because they don't feel the same or they feel a little better than they was feeling before they started to really, you got to really get in your head. You have to really get in your heart, mind, body, and soul, because most times when you're in relationships, and you might not just be healing from a relationship. You might be healing from a toxic family, a toxic relationship, toxic friends. A healing journey it could be with whatever you need to heal from. Past treatment, abuse, you know. And everybody feels that they healed, and they not healed. You understand? You're still healing, you're still changing, you're still growing, you're still evolving, you're still learning yourself inside and out. That's the best thing that you could do on a healing journey, is go through the emotions and try not to reside there. It's okay to be toxic when you're hurting. It's okay to feel hatred when you're hurting. It's okay to feel frustration and loneliness and depression and not wanting to get up and live your life and do. It's a saying, what do not break you will make you stronger. God didn't build you to break. He puts people in your life to teach you lessons. Whether the lesson is not to stay too long, not to be too kind, not to love somebody more than you love yourself or God. These are the lessons that we have to learn. And them people that come, angels in disguise, that's what the angels in disguise is about. It's not really about a side chick. It's about people disguising their self in your life. Sometimes people are put there to push us into our purpose, to give us understanding and clarity on ourselves. I didn't know myself. It doesn't matter the age or, some people that's young in their 20s have a great mentality and a mindset and know who they are and know which way they can go. It's always about self-love. That's what I had to learn on my healing journey. Trust me, I wanted to tear stuff up. I wanted to, the way I was feeling and burning on the inside, I wanted to be reckless on the outside. And then I just realized to myself, and I came back to myself and realized that that's not going to help me. That's not going to help me grow. It's only going to take away from me, take away from my life. Further being destructive to yourself that's causing yourself more pain. You understand? That's why outside of the people that hurt you, you have to address the inside of yourself. Why did I stay so long? Why did I allow the hurt to continue? Why do I keep dating the same people, keep going through the same cycles? When you're dating the same people, you have to now look at yourself. You understand? Because the lesson that you learned was supposed to learn from the last person You didn't learn it. So you're going to keep repeating a cycle. You understand? You broke up with a person because they cheated and they didn't do you right. For you to turn around and be in a relationship with another person that's doing the same thing, and you, for lack of better words, is going through the same thing but with a different person. You understand? The breaking is break yourself out of habits. Break yourself, condition your mind. I had to pray. I had to go inside my head, and I had to realize the ignition from my relationships from the beginning of relationships times were toxic. I'm about to be 46 years old, and I realized I was in toxic pattern after toxic pattern, repeating the same thing, dating the same type of people, and wanting to, you know, when you feel like you a healer and you can heal people and help them grow, and you can do that, but just because you heal a person and help them grow, that doesn't mean that they are going to be with you in a relationship, because they don't have the same mindset towards you that you had towards them. And so that when people feel like they on their feet and they strong and they can, carry on, that's what they're going to do. And you dating the same type of person over and over again. You understand? I know I look good, baby. I know I look good. For a person of my age, I know I look good. It's not about looking good. It's about going within. Because all the time that I was tore up inside. Tore up. Everything inside me was sunk to the bottom. Nobody knew because the surface was painted. I shopped. I dressed. I did what I needed to do. But I was in pain. But I would get up in the morning and I would do my makeup. I would do things to try to make myself feel better. I didn't want to look how I felt. You understand? I kept that facade up, that thing. My building was painted because I'm a very private person, and I didn't want people in my business. I didn't want people to know that in the inside I was tore up, but the outside you couldn't tell. You understand? Everybody thought I was you so smart, you so pretty, you got everything together, asking me for advice, and I'm tore up inside. And sometimes, I'm just telling the truth. Like, going through that healing, that was like, never experienced heartache, break, or whatever like I did in my last relationship. It was really, really hard. Because all of my previous relationships, all these people, everybody I dated was my friend first. That's what took the... you confide in people, you tell them what you've been through, and you thinking that changed their perception, that they're going to treat you right. No, sometimes you're giving them the guide on how to fucking treat you by telling them too much information from the past. People get it messed up. Really, pillow talk is for husbands and wives and husbands, somebody that you married to that you could really trust. Because not all people marry people that they can trust. That's number one. You understand? You got to stop worrying about the outside and really heal yourself and stop giving into toxic stuff. So what most people want, they want a person that loves and gives on that type of level that they do. You understand? And you can really have that. But we got to go back. You understand? I'm not in relationship right now. I'm celibate right now. And that's by choice. And because I just feel like I don't want to lay in a bed. And that's a transfer of energy with somebody. You understand? Not even sneaky linking with my ex or an ex from before them. Because I'm not... That's not going to help you. You got to address your issues. The stuff that you bring in a relationship. It took me a long time. It took me at least a year to stop feeling like I was a victim. You understand? When I played a part in that relationship, when I knew things wasn't going right and I still allowed it to go on. Brushing stuff under the rug, sweeping it under the rug, thinking that it's gonna come back around and get better. When it's turned to the point of no return, you don't have to wait, and then you're sitting in a relationship waiting for it to change, and then get mad when people decide that they don't want to be in a relationship with you, and they the ones that walk out the door. Let them go. Let them go. Let them go. With peace. I'm not fighting nobody I'm in a relationship with. I'm not fighting them to stay. I'm not fighting them to leave. I'm not fighting with you. Because me having to heal myself and go through this healing and face myself in the mirror, I had to take a lot of accountability for what I let people do to me and for what I allowed. I had to take that accountability. You can't claim victim if you allow a person to keep doing stuff to you over and over and over. You're not a victim. You're a willing participant in your own heartache, in your own pain. So I had to heal myself. I had to go back. And say, where did this trauma start from? Why do I trauma bond with these people? Why do I feel like I can heal these people? Why do I feel like I could change these people? Only God can change them. Only God can fix them. And even myself, only God could change me. Only God could fix me. You understand? I was running from myself. I was doing myself a disservice. I knew that it wasn't going right. I knew it wasn't right. I knew that I deserved better. And I knew that when it was a breaking, even though I was sad and I asked, you ask all the questions, you question God, like, why did he let this person come into your life? Like I said before, a lesson. You have to learn your lesson in order for you to grow, in order for you to heal. And people could be on a healing journey. It's what it is. It's a journey. You don't, because you realize some stuff about yourself and because you know better, it's still a journey. You got to get yourself to the point where you're not willing to have anything that you don't want in your life. You understand? So however you want your relationship to be and you want things to go, you're supposed to learn from the past people to know when you have a good person and you don't treat that person. When you finally do get that good and that right person to come in your life, you don't treat that person like them people treated you. Pushing them to the side, shunning them off. You don't know who God got for you to really change your life and be in your life. So people is so, they look at the outside. When God sends you somebody and you mistreat that person, the karma off of that is so horrible. You will feel lost physically. You will feel lost financially. You will feel lost spiritually. You will feel lost mentally. And you will try to cover that up to the world. And you know that person was supposed to be in your life because you lost on every level. You're lost on all levels. You feel like you lost everything. But I done been the heartbroken and I done been the heartbreaker. So I also know, I've been on both sides of the spectrum. And you done come in people's life to teach them a lesson. And the lesson is learn from your mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. Stop repeating them. Go within yourself. Learn yourself. Learn your likes and your dislikes. Learn how to treat people how you want to be treated. If you don't want somebody treating you like that, you can't treat another person like that. You understand? And also, who wants to be in a relationship with a person, or who wants to have, even with being around a whole bunch of, say you have a whole bunch of female friends or male friends or whatever that really don't like you, too particularly care for you. That's not your soul tribe. That's not who's there to feed your soul, and who's there to encourage you while you're down. So you don't know why God put people in your life. But when you abuse a gift that God gave you, yes, you will suffer loss. And that's not nobody wishing nothing on anybody. That's what it is. You're going to suffer loss. You're going to suffer them losses. So try to be mindful of how you treat people. Because this world is so superficial, and people don't go within and talk to people and look at their hearts no more. And that's a lesson I'm trying to learn too. You understand? Because it is a big thing about physical attraction. That's what really attracts you to a person. But people have beautiful minds. They have beautiful spirits. They got beautiful hearts. They got beautiful souls. And let's just debunk this myth that if a motherfucker don't look good, they gonna treat you right. Because those be motherfuckers that do you the worst. And that is some real shit for your ass. They will do you the worst. Sitting up there looking like whatever. They will do you the worst. Those motherfuckers. Okay? So, go within. Start going deeper. Start learning yourself. And then you will be attracted by just more than what's superficial on the outside. You don't know. God might not send you your type. God might send you what you need. Okay? And so as I'm learning, so I lead not to my own understanding when it comes about me finding love. I'm not looking for it. I'm building up my self-love. I'm building up myself. So when that right person come along, they get a good person. And we could be in a healthy relationship. I know people feel like that's a myth. Everybody out here is full of shit. But because nobody's working on themselves. You flood your mind and things. The whole year I was going through the heartbreak or whatever. I watched YouTube. Yes, I did. But I did not. I deleted Instagram, Facebook. I deleted all my social medias. So in the time, I did a lot of researching on different things. So to help me in my journey, I got my backpack on, and I know I'm not even a quarter of the way through with my healing. You understand? You know that when you're going through healing, So, just be good to yourself and learn yourself. And even sometimes you might not know how to communicate. Like I said in the last video, if that's not something that sometimes families communicate very well, and you have great communication skills, and it don't always be like that for everybody. Some people only hear a whole bunch of fussing and cursing in their houses. That's just how they were raised. So they don't know how to, when you're talking nice and calmly to them, they don't know how to take that. You got to say, "You stinking motherfucking bitch," and then they'll understand. It's crazy, but that's their healing that they have. Those are things that they have to address. Why is it okay for you to feel like, in order for you to hear what I'm saying or take me seriously, I got to curse and yell and holler because they was raised in households like that. Healing starts within. Nobody can heal you. You have to heal yourself. And if they try to love you while you're broken, you're going to break them. Okay? So, part 2 of the healing journey, stop dating the same people. Go within. That's my message. I'm going to go within and stop repeating the cycles. To go in and love yourself. To give yourself that love that you done put into other people. Now give it back to yourself. So now when you're going out in the world and you're encountering people, you know how to navigate through this world of who you could trust. People have to earn your trust. That's something that you just don't give to people. You have to build bonds with people. But fix yourself. Help yourself first. Because that's the love from God and from you that you're going to need to sometimes address things in life, just with people and jobs and different things. And I'm learning that. And I'm learning not to be so, have a stony heart and really, love people, leave people where they at. You can love, you can leave people where they at. And it doesn't mean that you're mean or whatever. But when you start elevating, when you start evolving, you be just on a different type time. Then, it doesn't mean that you don't love people. You're just on a different type time when you start evolving and healing, and you got your backpack on and you trying to, empty the stuff that's carrying you and weighing you down on the way. In order for you to not repeat the cycles, you have to go within. Okay, so that's part 2. Part 3, I said I was going to be on the camera, but I had, I'm recovering from a little thing I had, little accident. So I'm recovering and I'm trying to just, take care of myself. But I will be on the camera, soon. And we will be talking about spinning the block, baby. I done spent the block too. And we're going to talk, and I'm going to tell people why sometimes you have to spin the block. Okay? That's going to be a good one. So stay tuned for part 3 in my healing journey, spinning the block. And we'll see, I don't know. I might want to do that live, I don't have a lot of followers, but I do got like a little 10 followers that I could probably get on live with me to have this conversation. Have some people tune in. But, I'm here for a purpose to tell somebody the way you going about your healing is not going to help you. We need to address us and stop addressing the other people that hurt us. And until next time, this is Miss Chris Dowles, and I'm signing off.